have made a significant impact on their lives in one way or another. Today would not be the same for the two of them if you all were not here to share it with them. Juan and Nicole want to especially thank their parents, Juan and Nancy Mercado and Jack and Kathy Schwartz. Without the example that you, as parents, have set for Juan and Nicole, they would not know how to love each other so deeply, to communicate so thoughtfully, or dedicate themselves to each other so completely as they do today. Without you, they simply would not be the great people they are standing here before us. Juan and Nicole want to share with you a statement of beliefs. What makes Nicole and Juan's relationship so strong is that their underlying understanding of what a relationship should be has always been the same. Their shared beliefs about their relationship start with communication and compromise. Juan told Nicole from day one in their relationship that the only way they could ever be happy is if they communicated always. They had to share what they were feeling when they were feeling it, and really take the time to listen to each other in those moments. This has been one of the most important foundations of their love. They have remained strong through even the hardest times by making sure to communicate, to listen, and to compromise. Their rockiest moments have always come the moment one of them has forgotten this. But their ability to talk through anything openly and honestly means they always understand how the other one is feeling, and no one ever goes to bed angry. No matter how long it takes, there is always enough time to stop and listen. The depth of their relationship continues with friendship. They both believe a relationship is first built on a friendship. Without being best friends, their love is only surface deep. They were friends first, even before considering a relationship, and it made it easy for them to build a stronger partnership from there. To both Juan and Nicole, a relationship is not just about two people being together, it's about two people loving to be together. Playing together, learning together, growing together. Whenever Juan needs someone to share new ideas with, Nicole is there. Whenever Nicole is excited or fired up about a new theory or concept, Juan is there to discuss it with. When one of them is sad, they are the shoulder to cry on. When one is happy, the other is there to celebrate even the smallest of successes as if it were the greatest victory. It is not even just about sharing similar interests as friends, but sharing everything with each other and being excited about doing so. Juan has always loved Dr. Seuss's concept of love. And so this is what Dr. Seuss says. We're all a little weird and life's a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join with them and fall in mutual weirdness and call it love. When Juan found Nicole, he knew they had a mutual weirdness. And he was very right. So many people always say, just be yourself. And too many people ignore that advice in favor of attempting to keep a groundless relationship alive. Juan and Nicole, however, are never more themselves than when they are with each other. They are never ashamed to be who they are when they are together. They do not fear being ashamed, scoffed at, or embarrassed by the other. Together, they act as weird as they truly are, and that weirdness is a mutual weirdness. And they are very much in love. And we are all here to celebrate just how beautiful this mutual weirdness and this love truly is. In the end, it's all very simple. They are the best of friends. And we are here because they want to promise each other in front of everyone else they care about that they will be best friends forever. Juan and Nicole have written their own vows. However, before they share them for the first time with each other, they've chosen a poem that speaks to them. And so this is a poem called The Wedding Vow by Sharon Olds. I did not stand at the altar. I stood at the foot of the chancel steps with my beloved, and the minister stood on the top step holding the open Bible. The church was wood, painted ivory inside, no people. God's stable perfectly cleaned. It was night, spring. Outside, a moat of mud, and inside from the rafters, flies fell onto the open Bible, and the minister tilted it and brushed them off. We stood beside each other, crying slightly, with fear and awe. In truth, we had married that first night in bed. We had been married by our bodies, but now we stood in history. What our bodies had said, mouth to mouth, we now said publicly, gathered together, death. We stood holding each other by the hand. Yet I also stood as if alone for a moment, just before the vow, though taken years before took. It was a vow of the present and the future. And yet I felt to have some touch on the distant past, or the distant past on it. I felt the silent, dry, crying ghost of my parents' marriage there, somewhere in the bright space. Perhaps one of the plummeting flies, bouncing slightly as it hit, forsaking all others, then was brushed away. I felt as if I had come to claim a promise, the sweetness I'd inferred from their sourness, and at the same time that I had come congenitally unworthy to beg. And yet, I had been working toward this hour all my life, and then it was time to speak. He was offering me, no matter what his life, that is all I had to do that evening, to accept the gift I had longed for, to say I had accepted it, as if being asked, if I breathe, do I take? I do. I take as he takes. We have been practicing this. Do you bear this pleasure? I do. And so now Juan and Nicole will share their personal vows that they've written for each other, and they will hear them now for the very first time.
All right. Nicole, although it has been years since we started this venture, it feels like mere days. Days in which everyone is more excited than the last. And although I know you better than anyone, including yourself, could ever imagine, I'm always learning and discovering more about you. I vow to always pay attention to everything you say and do, to always learn and relearn everything about you, to always adjust and compromise to whatever you need, so I may love you the best I can and how you need me to. I vow to comfort you, respect you, and give you all the attention your needy self could ever need.
When people talk about leading a fulfilling life, it tends to include getting a job, getting married, and having children. Well, that's not what I think of what is fulfilling at all. For me, it is pursuing my passion, finding my best friend, and building a family that will make my life most meaningful. Well, Boyface, you are my best friend. Together, we will pursue our passions to make them a reality. Together, we will build a beautiful family. It took me a long time to come to my senses and realize you were my person. I'm just so glad you stuck around long enough to let me figure it out. I can no longer imagine me without you. You are truly my rock in this life. When I feel adrift within the abyss, there you are to pull me back into the light. Everything I do now and forever is no longer just for me. It is for us. And that makes it so much more meaningful. You are my natural 20, the one I would use my master ball on, the only companion I want beside me in the wasteland. Juan, I love you and your face, and together we are going to do the thing.
So now, do you, Juan Luis Mercado, take Nicole Catherine Schwartz to be your beloved spouse, knowing in your heart that you will be a faithful friend and a loving companion? On this special day, in the presence of family and friends as witnesses, do you give your sacred vow that you will always be with Nicole and support her in times of sickness and in times of health, in times of joy and in times of sorrow?
I do.
And do you promise to love Nicole completely, to console and comfort her during difficult times, to laugh with her and to grieve with her, to share with her life's simplest but most enduring pleasures, to be truthful and honest with her, and to cherish her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And do you, Nicole Catherine Schwartz, take Juan Luis Mercado to be your beloved spouse, knowing in your heart that you will be a faithful friend and a loving companion?
I do.
And on this special day, in the presence of family and friends as witnesses, do you give your sacred vow that you will always be with Juan and support him in times of sickness and in times of health, in times of joy and in times of sorrow?
I do.
And do you promise to love Juan completely, to console and comfort him during difficult times, to laugh with him and to grieve with him, to share with him life's simplest but most enduring pleasures, to be truthful and honest with him, and to cherish him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Having pledged their vows, Juan and Nicole, you can hold each other's hands, that's okay. Juan and Nicole have chosen another poem to share that expresses their feelings for each other. And this poem is called Married Love, and it's by Quan Tao Sheng, translated by Kenneth Rexroth and Ling Chung. You and I have so much love that it burns like a fire, in which we bake a lump of clay, molded into a figure of you and a figure of me. Then we take both of them and break them into pieces and mix the pieces with water and mold again a figure of you and a figure of me. I am in your clay, you are in my clay. In life we share a single quilt, in death we will share one bed. And now Juan and Nicole will exchange their rings, and so may we have the rings, please. And so if you'll come forward with those. Not yet, hang on to them for just a second. Okay. Juan and Nicole have chosen very special rings for this day. Their rings are designed to be Pokeballs, signifying that they have chosen each other and that their hearts have been captured by one another. The rings are a matching set because they are a pair incomplete without the other. And while Juan and Nicole's feelings will not change after this day, they will have these rings as a physical reminder to themselves and everyone else of their promises. And so, if you will take Juan's ring, please, Nicole. And if you will give her your left hand. Okay. Please repeat after me. Juan,
Juan,
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I have chosen you and only you.
I have chosen you and only you.
You are my best friend and partner.
You are my best friend and partner.
And this ring is a reminder of the vows we have made here this day.
And this ring is a reminder of the vows we made here this day.
Juan, please repeat after me. Nicole, I accept this ring,
I accept this ring.
and I wear it, and as I wear it, I will always fight for you.
As I wear it, I will always fight for you.
Always be brave for you,
Always be brave for you.
and forever be yours.
forever be yours.
And Juan, if you will take Nicole's ring. Juan, please repeat after me. Nicole,
Nicole,
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I have chosen you and only you.
I have chosen you and only you.
You are my best friend and partner.
You are my best friend and partner.
And this ring is a reminder of the vows we have made here this day.
And this ring is a reminder of the vows that we have made here this day.
Nicole, please repeat after me. Juan,
Juan,
I accept this ring.
I accept this ring.
And as I wear it, I will always support you
And as I wear it, I will always support you.
and fight by your side,
Fight by your side.
and I will be forever yours.
Be forever yours.
Juan and Nicole, you have expressed your love to one another through the commitment and promises you have just made. No longer simply partners and best friends, you have become husband and wife. And so, by the power vested in me by the state of Florida, and with great, great joy, I pronounce that you are now husband and wife. Juan, you may kiss your bride.
Yeah. He's been waiting for that for a while.
Congratulations, Juan and Nicole. And once again, on behalf of Vault-Tec, thank you, everyone. I now present the honorary ribbon-cutting scissors to our guests of honor. They will enter the vault and start their new lives together. Once we're all finished here, feel free to take pictures and meet the bride and groom and proceed to the mixed lounge for the cocktail hour. Don't forget to see a Vault-Tec representative like myself to secure your space in the vault.
Yeah. I hope they work.
The sun fade out to a dark sky. Can't say I didn't notice it was out.